So we are recording now. I'll post it for other people that want to see it. But basically what I want to do, I've never done this with my challenge groups. Like I do this with my team all the time. We meet and we talk and, kind of check in and just see how things are going. But I've never done it in my challenge groups. And I thought that it might be helpful for those of you that need that face-to-face time to kind of ask questions, just be encouraged, and kind of share about oh my gosh. Oh, my husband. And just kind of share about, how things are going and just.
There's Christy back.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened.
It's about this power.
Maybe. Okay. It says it's still recording, but so anyway, that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions. And before we get to that, though, those of you that are on here, I'm gonna make you talk a little bit. So, hey, want to talk to us? I want to ask you guys from this past week, we're going to go through these two questions, all of us sharing. What has been a success this week? What's one thing you're super proud of? You feel like you've done really well? And then what is an area that you want to improve on going into this next week? Maybe a goal that you're setting to work towards. So those two things. While you guys are kind of thinking about it, I'll share mine. So something I'm proud of from this past week, I finished out Country Heat. Woohoo! I always get super excited when I finish out programs. Because when I do them to a T, you do every day, you complete it all the way through. That is one of the best feelings of accomplishment. So got that done, and then I started the new yoga program, and I'm really excited about it. I love yoga, and I've never been a huge yoga person, but I can already tell 3 days into this that it's going to be really, really good for me. So that's my positive from this week. And then going into this next week, I shared with you guys my nutrition the past week was, you can take that. Sorry. Mom life. Going into this next week, I am really focusing hard on nutrition. The past week, it wasn't awful. I wasn't just eating everything in sight, but I wasn't sticking to my plan. I was getting in that place where I get kind of comfortable where I'm at, and I made a meal plan and everything, and I ate everything that was on the meal plan, but then I was kind of snacking on other stuff during the day and mindlessly eating, which is not a good place to be. Never makes you feel good, So I really want to, my meal plan's made, we have our food set for the next week, and I'm going to stick to my plan. So that is what I am doing. Hey, Cindy. Okay, we are going around and we're sharing one thing that we're proud of from this past week and one thing that we're wanting to work on as we move forward into the next week. Okay? And I just shared, so you still have some time to think about it. Who would like to go next?
I think I'm the same way as you, Christy. I start out really good, and then it's just that mindless eating thing. And I haven't done that really on any of the challenges that I've done in the past, couple challenges. But this time it's been really bad.
Mm-hmm.
That I just, and I've been exercising. That's a positive. I haven't done that very much.
You have been doing
started that group.
So good. You've been doing so good with your working out.
Yeah. Compared to what I was doing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't like to exercise, though. Just want you guys to know that.
Some people will never really like it, and that's okay. You just have to know what the benefit is and how you feel afterwards, Yeah. That you have to cling to.
I think that's me.
Yep. Thank you for sharing, Deanne.
You're welcome.
I'll go next. I think my positive is that I got all my workouts in this week. And I think one day I did 2 workouts. I don't feel like on the PiYo upper and lower body, they're only like 20 minutes long. And I'm starting to sweat. That's how I always can tell if I'm working out very good or not, is if I break out sweat, because I easily sweat. And but I've gotten all of that in. And yesterday I did the PiYo core. I didn't know that you could twist. Anybody still there?
Uh-oh, you're cutting out a little bit, Karen.
Yep, there. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I didn't know that your body could twist in so many ways when I did the PiYo core. That was crazy. And then this morning was PiYo upper body, and I could tell that I did the core yesterday. I was tired today doing that. And then I went ahead and did 30 minutes on the treadmill. So tomorrow is definitely going to be a rest day, because I can tell today I'm just tired.
You're feeling it.
Yeah. Nutrition sounds weird, but this is just kind of the way I've always been doing the container system. And for the most part, I do pretty good getting everything in, but the last 2 days I've kind of not gotten a vegetable in, and I think last night I didn't get a protein in. And so it's almost, instead of overeating, I think I probably, what's going on? Oh.
There, you're back again.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You can't keep coming in and out. Oh,
I know. I'm sitting in the same place, so I don't know what's the deal. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. So a lot of that is just instead of overeating, a lot of times I will undereat, thinking that's going to be better than the overeating. So I don't know. Some of that's my problem. And so.
Yeah. I will just say, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and mute. I think that might be part of it. If too many of us are unmuted, sometimes it can get kind of ringy. So I'll unmute you when it's time to go again. But what I just want to say in regards to that was something that was like eye-opening for me when I began over 2 years ago. Crazy to say that still. But I found that I was actually more of an undereater. And it was hard for me to get all of those containers in every day. Because I thought going into this, like just our typical mindset of what good nutrition is, eat less, work out more, that kind of thing. Like that's the equation for losing weight and finding success and being healthy. And that was like a huge mindset shift for me in the beginning. Was I actually have to eat good, nutritious, nutrient-dense foods for my body to function at its best. And I had a hard time getting in all the food that I was supposed to be eating every day. And the big thing, I think once you actually do get all of those foods in that you're supposed to be eating every day, you don't feel hungry, you don't feel snacky, you don't want to go eat all of those other things because your body is satisfied with the food that it's supposed to be having to be fueled correctly. So I find it interesting that you're kind of going through that thought process too in the beginning, of just knowing your body needs all that food, and sometimes it's hard to get all of that in. Now, that being said, I know in the 21 Day Fix book, and you're doing the PiYo plan, it's very similar to the 21 Day Fix plan. Autumn says in it, if you are full, don't force yourself to eat more. If you feel really full, but we can tend to psych ourselves out, or, just, our minds play tricks on us when it comes to nutrition. And so when you're oh, I don't really want to eat that, I'm full. It might not be that. It might just be that you're not wanting to eat whatever container you have left, So if you are, feeling full, at that point, make sure that you've had like an even amount of those containers, that you're still getting that spectrum that we're supposed to have on a daily basis. So don't just drop out all the veggies when you're full, or you know what I mean, like that common sense type stuff. But yeah, I think it's very common for people to go, wow, I'm supposed to eat all of this food. Okay, and Marcy, do you want to go?
Yes.
I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Okay. I've just struggled recently with, while at work, it's been stressful, and people bring donuts, and yesterday was my birthday, so they brought brownies and bagels. It's hard for me to just say no. I have a really hard time not eating the things that, if somebody puts it in front of me, it's just easy to grab a hold and eat that instead of what I should be eating. And I did not go last weekend. I was celebrating my birthday as well, so I did not go to the grocery store. So I ran out of fruits and veggies this week about midway, and so I wasn't eating the proper things that I should have been eating. So that's been my biggest struggle this week.
And success. What's been a success this week?
Well, today will be my third really good ballroom dancing. That's what I do, ballroom dancing. And so that is a very good workout. An hour and a half workout is a lot of workout. And those are my best workouts. So walking I do on the other days is not near as intense. So that's the best part.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And just so you guys know, like I messaged Marcy this week to remind her of it, but Marcy has been doing this with me now for over 2 years.
Right.
Like,
since July of
2014.
Yes.
I started in May of 2014, and she jumped on in July of 2014. And so just shows you that longevity is possible in this. And then from what she's sharing with her struggles, like this is never going to be an easy task. Like you're going to get more mentally strong, but we still go through. It's just part of life, you know, like we go through ups and downs, but the good thing is that we can do it together. And I love that she's been doing this with me for a few years now. So,
and one of my successes also is I'm very good about drinking the Shakeology. I think in the last 2.5 years, I've probably only missed, maybe once a week, if even that. So that's pretty good. I always do the exercise, but I do the Shakeology.
Nope, that's awesome. And I love Shakeology. It's awesome. It makes up for us in those areas where we don't get it all in every day. So it's like my lifesaver. I know it is for you too.
Yes, it is.
And I love that you have taken on ballroom dancing. And like you've done several of the workout programs, that kind of thing, but you're at a phase right now where you wanted to try something different, and that's great. So
I just haven't been doing as much as I was doing, so that's where I've
like maybe Marcy, on the days where you're not doing the ballroom dancing, maybe you could try that yoga program that I'm doing right now. Like it's really awesome, and it would be great for stretching you out in between and that's the free one. Like you can get it free on demand. So check it out. That might be a good one for you.
Okay, thanks.
But I think you have lots of success. I know you feel bad sometimes about your nutrition, but you're doing a really good job.
Yeah, I slack a lot.
We all have those times. We do. Okay, Cindy, let me see if I can unmute you. Ooh. Okay, you're good. Go ahead. Uh-oh, I don't hear you. Do you have your sound turned on? Like when you first pulled it up, it said access your audio. Did you have that thing come up? Okay, if you can't get the audio to come on, there's a chat box. Do you see that? You can just type in on the chat box what is a success from this week and what is something that you're wanting to work on going forward. And I can read it out for everybody, okay? Give that a try, Cindy. Okay, and I see there's another person on here. It's a phone, but I don't know who it is. I'm going to unmute you. Three 981-1964. Who is that? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Oh, darn it. My internet just went out again. Yeah. It's like the X is over the internet. Is our router having issues?
No.
Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what is going on. Okay, well, I think, Cindy, did you figure out sound or no? No, okay. That's fine, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and move on. And like I said, I just wanted to open up for any questions that you guys have or help that you are needing. So I'm going to unmute everybody. Is there anybody that wants help with meal planning, needing questions answered? Don't be afraid, just share.
Well, I know today I'm going to be making pumpkin chocolate chip muffins because that's been requested by the two guys in my household. And they are really, 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 really good. And so there's no way I'm not going to eat one of those. So when there's things like that, of course, you don't want to do it every day. And you don't want to have a half a dozen of them. But can't you just figure that into, figuring it's carb and probably not a fat, but a fat? I don't know. Can you just not figure that stuff once in a while into your day?
Yeah, I mean, I shared in the post for today, oh, I just realized I haven't shared my food with you guys. We're doing Photo Food Day and I haven't done it. I'll catch up on that. But I shared in that post today about how for me to make this a lifestyle, I had to factor in that there were going to be times where I'd have treats. Like that's just, I know myself. I know that I can't just do without all the time. I'm just not that person. Some people are, I'm not that person. So I do all those things and moderation is the key. Like I used to be a binger. Like I would be going on these healthy kicks and it was like diet kind of stuff. And then I would like have a night where I was like, oh, whatever. And I just go buy bulk something. I'd sit and I'd eat a whole box of Oreos, like that. So I know that with the way that my mind deals with unhealthy or treat kinds of foods, that I have to allow myself to have treats every now and then. So I don't get into that like bingey kind of mode. So yes, like for me, I've gotten to the place where I can, I can do that within moderation. So like once a week, I do that kind of treat meal. And typically, my family has pizza, and we do movie nights. We have treats, for movie night. But even beyond that, like, oh, my baby's crying. What's wrong? Let me go grab her real quick. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. What was I saying? Okay, so even beyond that though, like if my daughter loves to bake cookies and do like right now we're on Rice Krispies, pumpkin Rice Krispies, we do that kind of thing. I'll have one. I'll have like one of those when we're cooking, or I'll have like a half of one. Because I don't want to like deprive myself of enjoying some of the fun things with family. But I also am mindful of like, is this something that I really like, or am I just eating it to eat it? You know, sometimes food's around us and we're like, ooh, sweets.
Right.
So if it's something it's not like my favorite thing, I won't. I just will skip out on that thing. I just kind of pick and choose, and I keep that moderation thing in mind. Like last week, you guys know, you saw I went and helped with the bazaar. And we had this amazing like turkey, mashed potatoes, green beans, there's pie, all kinds of like amazing comforty type foods, you know, holiday type foods. And honestly, like it looked amazing. Like my mind was going, oh, I really want to like sit down and chow down on this stuff. But honestly, that's not my favorite kind of treat. And I know that about myself. So like I would much rather have a Rice Krispie treat than a piece of pie. That's just how I am. I like that kind of sweet. So I was able to go, that's not the kind of sweet that I want to have. And so I just skipped out on the pie. I also am not a huge like stuffing and cranberry, like that kind of stuff is not my favorite. So I just made a plate of green beans and turkey. And I sat down so I wasn't like awkward there, you know, not eating with people. But I ate the few things that I could enjoy, I knew I liked, and that was just what I chose. But then the next day we made Rice Krispies treats with my family, and I liked that. I wanted to partake in it, so I had one. So you just kind of have to really think through, like, what do you really like, what's worth it, and that moderation kind of thing. That's where I live in that realm a lot of times. And I do, like, I count that as a, whenever I do things like that, treats, Autumn always says to count them as yellows. So that's what I do.
Yeah. Good deal. So there'll be a picture up of it today.
There you go. There you go. And that's all right. Like it's always so funny to me, especially when I moved here to Sabetha, because a lot of people followed me on social media before I moved here. And so like when people were bringing us food and stuff, we had a 2-week-old when we moved here. People were bringing me all this food, you know, and they're like, sorry, it's not healthy. Like, we know you don't really eat. And I was like, you guys, it's fine. I'm so thankful. Like, I'm not this weird, I don't eat your food kind of person. So there's extremes, and I don't feel like we live in an extreme. You know, we learn how to make it work with our lives. And I wanted to say something to you too, Karen. I saw you say yesterday that you do great during the week when you're like on that regimented work schedule, you know, you have the same foods. I'm like that too. I was like that when I was teaching. And the weekends, you know, sometimes you go into town and you eat out, that kind of thing. There are so many ways that you can eat healthier when you're out. And it's not like you just have to order the salad. So, if you are out to eat somewhere and you need you're like, SOS, help. Just, you know, shoot me a text, message me, and I can help you, because that was something that was important for me to learn. My family ate out a lot when we lived in Derby, and so I had to figure out ways to not destroy everything I'd been working towards, but still like go out and enjoy social time with my family and enjoy good food, you know.
Right.
There are ways.
That's why this was a perfect time to start this, because my husband farms and he's in the field. So we haven't been out since I've started this. We haven't been out to eat. So it's been perfect, and I can stick right to it. And I think that's going to help if I can stick to this for the 30 days, which I know I will. I think then when he's not so busy and we go out, I'm hoping then I have a little bit more self-control, maybe, I don't know, or just pick better things. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always try to help people understand that it's not like, this is not deprivation, you know, like there's ways to make this work on a day-to-day basis and to not, you know, doing everything that you're working towards every day. So we have that like scarcity mindset a lot of times, I think, with our nutrition, that we're like, oh my goodness, there's something good there. I have to eat it now. I have to eat it now. I have to eat it now. But the thing is, we have those choices all the time, and there's ways to do it in a healthier way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys do, if you go out to eat, if you're needing help, like picking something, like just text me, shoot me a text. Typically, like doing it on the app, I pretty much check in there 3 times a day. I check in the morning, at lunch, and then at bedtime in the evening. So I get to those during those 3 times. But if you have something like you're needing immediate help with, I would love to help. Just text me and I'll help. You too, Marcy. I know you go out to eat a lot.
Yeah.
So I can help.
Okay.
What's your phone number? I don't know that I have your phone number.
Okay, it's 316-734-3493. Is Deanne at the grocery store right now?
Yes, I am. Here, check this out. Oh, get off there.
That's awesome.
Oh, whoops. See, here's my cart.
Woohoo!
I'm going to make pumpkin. I'm going to cook pumpkin today.
Are you
I'm gonna have
really?
fresh. Yes, I am. See? See those little pumpkins?
I thought pumpkins were only for decoration.
No. Oh, my goodness.
I'm
What are you
kidding,
talking about?
I'm kidding.
Yes, I'm at the grocery store. Well, you know, when I drive clear over here, I've got to make my time worthwhile. So, Jim's out in the car with the dog.
There you go. There you
Anyway, I'll mute you guys so you don't have to listen to the grocery store.
I just saw produce splash across the top. I was like, she's totally shopping right now. Do you guys have any other questions at this point? Are you feeling okay for going into the week ahead?
Okay, so my cinnamon roll thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I just really crave one of those, it's not a bad thing to go ahead and have one. Just count it as my yellows.
Yeah, just, don't make it a habit. Like, make that a specialty treat.
And like when I make them, make sure that if it's a corner, I don't eat them.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a various middle. So that's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, every once in a while, it's okay. So, I mean,
but not every day.
Not every day. Definitely not every day. And maybe, like, if you do it, think about the portion size of it, too. Like, maybe not a whole
The
one.
whole
Maybe
thing?
if you're
Maybe
getting
find a friend and split it.
If you're bringing it over to work, split it with somebody at work with you. So you're still getting a little bit of that taste that you're really wanting, but just not every day and not huge serving size of it.
Well, you've seen those rolls. They're
I
huge.
know. They are big. You brought them for my family during the
Yes, I
funeral,
did.
and I totally had one. So
You know why I have a problem.
It's not the only problem, Ann.
Too. Like, go ahead.
I had heard or read somewhere that really the first 2 or 3 bites is really when you get the full and get the step. After that, you really are not. And I kind of try to keep that in mind when I'm eating sweets. Not that it really helps a lot, but when you've got it, it really is true. It's the first 2 or 3 bites, and after that, So
Right. And I think, like, when you when we're living in this kind of lifestyle, it makes you really think about what you put in your mouth, and it makes you enjoy and savor those flavors. So when I am eating a treat of some kind, I don't just like mindlessly like sit and chow down on it. Like, I really think about it,
I think that is definitely a change that I have had over the last year and a half since I've started this with you. I really think about what I'm eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Because we live into that quick, fast-paced American, eat your food, like everything's fast and just chow down. And that's why people end up, I think, struggling with obesity and things like that, because you just
hurry.
Eat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we don't just think about, like, what is it that we're eating? Am I enjoying this, or am I just eating it to eat it? Am I eating because I'm bored? Am I sitting down on the couch so I feel like I have to have something in my hand to eat? Like that's something
And
that
I think that's what I'm going through this week is I'm like falling back into that. Just because I'm sitting there watching TV, I have to have something to eat.
Yeah, it's very, very common. And like I said, like Marcy and I, we've been doing this for quite a while now, and we still like, those are things that you just deal with because it's our culture. It's our society. Like that's just something that is ingrained in us. It's one of the innate, like American human nature things. I can't say it's human nature because not every other country deals with things we deal with, but for us, it's very real.
Right. I always feel like if somebody brings something to work, we had 2 birthdays this week at work, so we had cinnamon rolls the first week, and then brownies and bagels, and it's crazy. Yeah. I always feel like I not have to, and then after I get done, I'm like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have ate that.
Yeah, and that Made to Crave book that we're reading too, like hits on so much of this stuff. Like I just constantly read that book, you guys. I read it from front to back, and I start it over again. And I just constantly, like that's how I end my day every day. I read a little bit of that book because it's like my mind needs to believe all of that I'm reading because it's so true to what we face on a daily basis. So, and I really, really love thinking about this journey as a part of my spiritual walk. It helps me to find that inner strength that I need in the moments where I'm like, yeah, this isn't a treat. This isn't something I'm just, I'm splurging on in this moment. Like this is me just getting into that binge place that I've been in the past, or just eating to eat, or, those different cravings and things that she talks about. Like that book is gold. And I recommend it to everybody who's trying to walk this walk. So if you haven't actually got that, sat down and read it, like I recommend just getting it and reading it for 10 minutes before you go to bed every night. Because the more, this journey for me has been so much more than just the healthy walk. It's become a mental journey for me, like a mental, emotional, spiritual, everything. One of the things that Beachbody preaches to us as coaches is that we have to do personal development every day, because you're never going to be able to do this and live this lifestyle if you are not filling your mind with the things that you need to fill your mind with to walk the walk. So that's one of those books that's been a core staple of what I know my mind needs to do this the right way. And 10 minutes every night, I sit down and I read that book. And it's just one that I constantly fill my mind with, because we need those, we have to rewrite those go-to scripts that we have in our brains, And if we fill them with the good stuff that we need to help us through this, then it's going to be a little bit easier day by day. So if you aren't reading it every day, read it.
Yes, I definitely agree with Christy on that book. It's great. I have it on my iPhone, so I can just listen to it.
Yeah, and if you're not a reader, audiobooks are the bomb. In my car, I split my time half and half, because my car is like a sanctuary when I get to go away from my girls for a little bit. Half of the time is spent like jamming out to music and dancing and being super weird me in the car. And the other half is spent listening to audiobooks that fill me up. So audible.com. Audible, you can get the app on your phone. And I listen to audiobooks all the time. Like when I'm cooking, when I'm doing laundry, when I'm driving. I just constantly try to fill my mind with positive things that challenge me and make my mind molded into more of the places that I want it to be. So, because I think that we naturally have, what?
Amazon and Audible have teamed up, so you can get the audiobook for a little bit cheaper if you buy the
through Amazon.
If you buy the digital version of it,
mm-hmm.
And so you can read, and it actually tracks as it's reading to you. So you're listening and reading at the same time.
Okay, did you guys hear that from Daniel?
Mhm.
That Amazon and Audible are in conjunction, like they help each other out. And I know that's true too, because we order a lot from Amazon. So then I have points for Audible where I get free books. So, and I have, if you are wanting books for like personal development, mind shaping kinds of books, I have a ton of my favorites. And Deanne has gotten into that. She listens to them a lot while she's driving to work in the morning. One of my other absolute favorites, it's not a Christian book, but it's just a good life book called The Compound Effect. And it's another one, it's by Darren Hardy. It's another one that I just love. And I read it at least every 3 months or so just to kind of keep those principles in my mind and help me moving forward. So it's a good one. She wants mommy. Do you guys have any other questions? Has this been helpful for you?
Yes, very much.
Yes.
Good. Good. Well, I just, I want you guys to know I'm so grateful that you're doing this with me, because as much as it's helpful to you, it is a constant help to me. And each of the groups that I have the privilege of working with and journeying with, it's truly like what helps keep me going and why I'm here 2.5 years later. The support system, the friendships I've made through this, and just knowing that I constantly have eyes watching, you know, like that's just help for me to stay the course and do the things that I know I should be doing. And I'm thankful that I can be real with you guys and say, hey, this last week stunk nutritionally, and I'm just like you guys. So I just am thankful for you all, and you're a blessing to me. So I hope that this continues to be good for you in the next few weeks. And if you want to again, we can totally do this again next Saturday. Just kind of touch base, chat through struggles you're having, you know, share positive and negative, what's going on. Because I liked this. I thought this was helpful.
It was helpful.
Good.
Yep.
And you're a blessing to us.
Thank you. Heart. All right. I will talk with you guys soon. Have a good rest of your weekend, and holler if you need anything, okay?
All right. Bye.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.